on the WB11. The New York Mets are on the air, and this evening the Mets look to go 4-1 on this 9-game homestand after last night's dramatic walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth by Mike Cameron. Al Leiter takes to the mound against Detroit right-hander Jason Johnson. And inside the Met clubhouse is posted tonight's lineup. And in that lineup, you will find for the first time in 2004 the name Jose Reyes batting second and playing second base. Great to have you here for a beautiful night of baseball at Shea Stadium. Dave O'Brien along with Hall of Famer Tom Seaver. It's always gorgeous for Merengue night. That is one reason for the Mets and their fans to be excited. The other, of course, is the presence of Jose Reyes at last.
Well, that is the news of the Shea Stadium this evening. Jose Reyes back in the lineup for the New York Mets. First time this season. Last year, 307 average over the entire year, 358, unbelievably. In his last 40 games, 5 home runs, 32 RBIs, 13 stolen bases. In the 69 games that he played overall, he had 307. He hit 4 triples last year and stole 13 bases. This is a guy that brings a wealth of talent to the field, offensively, defensively, speed-wise, etc. And this is where he really got trouble in spring training, trying to turn the afterburners on and score from second base. He pulled that hamstring and has been on rehab seemingly forever. But he is at Shea tonight, and his speed will be at present. They say he is 100% healthy, and maybe we'll see him run differently. That's been part of the news. But he is a guy that can bring all kinds of tools to the field. You see, this is 2 of the 4 triples that he has last year. And finally, Jose Reyes is back here at Shea.
He is back. He says that he's feeling well. And, of course, as Tom mentioned, a change in the running style, and it's a little more upright, more sprinter-like than when we saw him last year. He was bent over a little bit. That led to some of those problems with the hamstrings and, in turn, the back injury. Jose Reyes says he is ready to go tonight. Very excited to be in that lineup. We caught up with him as he arrived at the ballpark.
I feel better like I feel like months ago. I feel like I can play and do everything I can do.
You feel like you did before you got hurt?
Yeah, I was playing in double. I still base and do everything I can. I feel fine. So let's see what happens tonight. I'll try to do the best I can in the field tonight. The left side is a little off right now. I jump a little bit to the breaking pin and everything, but the right side is fine. It's only I need a couple more games. I'll be fine left side. So my defense is good. Everything is great. I run in between. Half of that old mechanic and half the new one. In between. So I'm trying to do it in between because that thing don't hurt my body, don't hurt my hamstring at all.
Is it hard to remember to do that? It's natural running.
It's a little harder, because I'm running the way I'm running like the whole life, and they try to change my mechanic now, it's a little hard to me, but I get in there little by little. I don't worry about nothing, I just worry and doing my thing, don't worry about nothing. I got my mind clean, so I just want to play baseball.
Well, for the now 21-year-old phenom, that ever-present smile is still there, and he is going to have that double play combination, his side of it, second base, along with Kaz Matsui. They are both going to play tonight for the New York Mets, and the lineup is coming next.
Ready to play Game 2 against the Detroit Tigers. And as many of you know, the Mets have had more than their share of problems hitting the ball this season. But one guy that is starting to show some signs of life at the plate is Mike Cameron after suffering that right hand injury. Mike at one point saw his average dip below 200, but it looks like that is starting to change. We can go back to Thursday night against the Cleveland Indians. Mike swinging the bat with a little more power as of late. This is what he did against the Indians, that one going out over the left field wall. And then last night he had 2 hits, none bigger, of course, than that walk-off game winner. Mike said that is certainly the highlight so far of his early Mets career. Now, we can take a look at his numbers and see how things have started to change for him. In the last 6 games, he is 8 for 22. He has 7 runs, 5 RBI, and 2 stolen bases.
Mike Cameron in center field, the hero last night. Jason Phillips catching. It's a night off for Mike Piazza. Eric Valent gets the start at first base, and Leiter, the pitcher, batting ninth against Jason Johnson. 4 and 7 coming in. The right-hander tall, and he possesses a sharp curveball. Well, the most unusual characteristic about him is that Johnson is a diabetic, which was discovered by his mother, who's a nurse, when Jason was 11 years old. He wears an insulin pump when he's not pitching. He's pitching tonight at 6'6" and about to face Kaz Matsui. Kaz with 5 leadoff homers. That's the most in the majors. Looking to bunt, but he takes it high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Matsui. Swung on and popped up. That'll drift back out of play.
We got a second here. We're looking at the defense for the Tigers, brought to you by your Lincoln Mercury dealers. In the outfield, White, Sanchez, and Higginson left to right. The infield, Engine, Guillen on the left, Infante and Pena on the right side. And Pudge Rodriguez does the catching for Detroit here.
The 1-1 to Kaz. It is up high for a ball. It's possible that Jason Johnson is wearing that insulin pump now when he pitches, as we look at Reyes on deck. Looks like a cell phone, but I believe that's it. Now, he did suffer a diabetic episode, a near seizure in spring training in February of 2003. Down in Florida, he had to be rushed off the field because of that diabetic episode. He wasn't wearing it at the time. And here in New York, that may be the case, and if that is, what that does is it feeds insulin into his right thigh. Jason Johnson with a .540 earned run average out of Santa Barbara, California. Ground ball sharply, but down for it Infante. Up and over to Pena for out number 1. And here comes Jose Reyes. See how the fans respond to Jose here as he gets his first at bat. Well, a lot of smiles from the fans, that's for sure. Glad to have him back. Last year he hit .307 with 5 homers, 32 runs batted in. First pitch is high, ball 1. He turned 21 years old 8 days ago. And he has been through a lot this season as we see him for the first time finally suiting up after the hamstring and back injuries. And that story that seemingly would never end. The hamstring and the change in the running style the Mets wanted for him, leading to the back pain, which the Mets knew and they had been warned about. They knew that was going to happen. Not so severely it would shut him down, though. Here's the 2-0 pitch. A strike, 2-1.
Well, this is the young man of immense talent. He has an absolute cannon for an arm. Great speed, great acceleration.
Three and one.
And I wonder if the biggest negative side of it is how much you're going to get him on the field, and that still has to be proven. Those individuals that can be injury prone, and you hope that it's just a momentary blip on the screen for him.
Swing high, pop, that'll twist out of play. Well, at Binghamton, rehabbing, he played in 4 games. He was just 2 for 18 in those games, and admits that he has some soreness on the left side of the plate. Right-handed feels a little more comfortable. He was just 19 years old when he made his major league debut last June 10th in 2003, and he singled in his very first major league at bat. Well, back in hitting for the first time in 2004, and here's the 3-2 pitch. In there for strike 3 on the inside corner. Johnson strikes him out. 2 gone.
Man, he knew it too. Johnson saves the best pitch for last. He fell behind him and then to the fastball on the inside corner. See if it catches that inside. Yep, right out. Just nicks that inside corner. And Reyes knew he was gone.
So that brings up Ty Wigginton at 269, 6 homers, 26 runs batted in. The Tigers in front 2-0. Here in the home half of inning 1. Now Johnson with an excellent curveball. Fly ball center field, a routine play right at Sanchez. And the side is done. 1-2-3. That is it for the Mets. After 1 at Shea, it is 2-0 the Tigers.